Road to hypothetical millionaire status, the beginning. Because of popular demand on financial applications, this will be a new series on how to accumulate $1 million hypothetically. Everything in this series will be consistent of hypothetical trades, so I'll essentially just be doing paper trading. Now the only difference here is that I'll actually just be simulating a typical college student's progression to that of millionaire status. Meet Hypo. He will be the hypothetical college graduate for the remainder of this series. Hypo Thetical is a 25-year-old male who recently graduated from a 4-year university. He's working as an IT consultant making around $60,000 a year, and he currently lives in Washington, D.C. So for the past 3 years, Hypo was extremely fortunate to live with his parents and managed to pay off all of his student loans. So he is net positive on this long road to hypothetical millionaire status. Note that these statistics that I just mentioned are actually going to be incredibly important, since I'll be touching on various life activities that the typical person may be going through. The ultimate goal for Hypo is to achieve the millionaire status as soon as possible. Now, when that might be, who knows? Now, of course, there are rules, so let's go over them. Hypo can only purchase or sell equity on a quarterly basis, which will be based on the calendar year. The quarterly periods will be around the beginning of January, April, July, and October, depending on when the market opens. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. There will be no options trading, and taxes will be considered based on salary and capital gains. I might include some additional rules in the future, however these 3 rules will suffice for now. Now, after working for 3 straight years, Hypo has managed to eliminate all of his outstanding debt, and he has accumulated a grand total of $30,000, and it's sitting in his brokerage account. He's now ready to start investing and embark on this really nifty road to millionaire status. Everyone has to start somewhere, and Hypo is getting ready for this amazing journey. Conveniently, Hypo already has 3 companies in mind, and he already allocated $10,000 each in each of these companies. Those companies being Tesla, Domino's Pizza, and Boeing. Now conveniently, these companies are actually in different industry sectors, and in a later video I'll be going over how to somewhat evaluate companies in those specific sectors. So at a very high level overview, let's go over Tesla. Tesla disrupted the entire car industry and carved a huge niche within the electronic vehicle space. All of Tesla's competitors lag behind, and companies such as Ford, Toyota, Volkswagen will take years to catch up. In the meantime, Tesla is strengthening its brand in the electronic vehicle space and is electrifying the rate of innovation at an alarming rate. Furthermore, Tesla is not only a car manufacturer, but they are also a technology and batteries-centric company. In the hot pursuit of full self-driving (FSD), Tesla is the only large company that is still pursuing FSD capability without the use of LiDAR. If Tesla is successful in this endeavor, they will be unmatched in the autonomous driving vehicle space, since very few people would want a LiDAR scanner, which is actually very expensive, about $10,000 per car, and conspicuously sits on top of the car, making it unaesthetic to look at. Lastly, Tesla is currently working out the production line of an up-and-coming battery technology, the 4680 battery. This battery could be the second age of battery technology, since the 4680 battery potentially replaces the solid-state battery, which currently rules the battery market. The 4680 battery is 6 times more powerful and can hold 5 times more energy. Boeing. As the world gets its act together and life gets back to normal, the likelihood that people will start to use airplanes as a primary mode of transportation for long distances will only become more apparent. Despite the relative recent bad news of one of Boeing's most popular aircraft, the 737 MAX, the Federal Aviation Administration, or the FAA, has scrutinized the 737 MAX heavily, making the 737 MAX one of the most scrutinized transportation crafts in the world. The FAA ultimately greenlit the aircraft as operationally secure, and Boeing continues to sell its most popular craft after a 2-year hiatus. It's really quite amazing that many companies continue to purchase the jetliner, and all the nations that have previously banned the use of the 737 MAX now have let it be operational in their airspace. So a lot has changed for the 737 MAX, and Boeing is primed to repair its damaged reputation. Boeing has new leadership, and the expectation for quality is at an all-time high. So Boeing may in fact be extremely undervalued and might be too early to buy in, but time will tell. Domino's. Now, I like pizza. Hypo likes pizza, and I'm sure you like pizza. So the best pizza, according to market share accumulation, is probably Domino's Pizza. It's really quite amazing. Domino's is not only a pizza company, but I also believe that Domino's is a technology company. They pride themselves in ultra convenience with delivery routing, and they're one of the first to develop an app for non-socialized ordering, a must-needed application in this day and age. It was already seen that during the pandemic, Domino's thrived. They already have a dominant market share of pizza within the United States and parts of the UK, and they have a lot of potential for growth in international markets. This seems like a solid company. There are so many pizza chains out there that consolidation will happen sooner rather than later, and Hypo believes that Domino's will be one of the few that prevails. Let's break down on how I'm going to track this data. The quantity of shares will be calculated by dividing the purchase price by the most recent price per share. Thankfully, in this day and age, brokerages allow for the option to purchase fractional shares, so this will make my mathematics so much easier to keep track of. In the future, I will have a dashboard so you can access Hypo's portfolio and track the changes that have been made there on a quarterly basis. The main variables in question will be date purchased, company name, ticker symbol, purchase price, quantity shares, price per share, and then the eventual total gain or loss and percentage changes as this series progresses. I often create the video during the weekend, so I will paper trade company equity on the following trading day, usually a Monday during market open. Those statistics will be recorded into a spreadsheet similar to this one, and as the series progresses, the total gains or losses as well as the percentage changes will be calculated on a quarterly basis. The main objective is to outperform the S&P 500 index, a very difficult objective to achieve in a consistent time frame, but we'll see how well we do. We are also going to have cash sitting in the brokerage account at the beginning of each quarter, since Hypo already has a job and one consistent income stream. Since he only has $30,000 to allocate, he does not have any more cash in the brokerage account. So for each quarter, he'll probably have close to $10,000 to allocate, but we'll see how well Hypo fares in his career and his life. 10 years from now, let's see if Hypo actually becomes a millionaire. That'll be the goal. By the age of 35, Hypo will hopefully reach his mark. And like any other person, he will also have the opportunity to reinvest when each quarter comes through and when his paychecks are accumulating within his bank account. We are already 3% there. We got 97% more to go, or $970,000 more to go to reach that coveted $1 million mark. And if you made it to the end of this video, make sure you hit that like button, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.